You can see maybe better. Find a place on the floor, letting your arms resting on your side, releasing this weight on your shoulders. And maybe, David, do you want to move just in this nice little corner? Then there is a bit more space between you, or is it okay? Or are you okay? Okay, good. Sorry. Letting your legs growing long, resting your legs, this weight in your hips. Feeling your belly, these lower organs. We are holding very often a lot of tension. Feeling your pelvis floor, letting it soften. Your legs growing heavy. Your hips, this spine, this nice long snake we have. Resting. So often we have back pain. Letting it release, letting it relax. Your rib cage softening. Bom dia, Pedro. Your breath, your lungs. Laying down. I'm just standing. So lay down in Shavasana. We start, Pedro. Your head heavy. Sorry, there was just Pedro joining. Your head heavy, your shoulders, your arms, your fingers. Can you feel this gentle pull of gravity? How Mother Earth is meeting you and holding you in her arms. The more you allow yourself to meet her, the more she is here meeting you. This is this law of giving and receiving. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more you receive and you will be able to give. There is this idea in this world, we need to give, and we were getting tight around this because we feel we are selling ourselves out. This balance of giving and receiving. Some people say right now with this virus, with what's happening, it is out of balance. We've been abusing this world. We've been taking too much without being aware that we are taking. So let's take today in finding your own balance in receiving and in giving. Letting yourself receive this energy from Mother Earth, being willing to surrender, this holding back. It's time to surrender in all what is. Your asanas will flow easier. You're surfing, you surrender on your board, you surrender in this movement of your waves. You surrender to your breath and you connect with your breath, feeling how you're breathing today. Maybe you want to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, gently feeling this movement of your body while you start deepening this breath. So bringing this air into your belly, feeling how your hand is lifting up, filling this belly, filling your upper belly, filling your lower lungs, your upper lungs, your middle lungs, filling it up, holding this breath in. And gently with your exhaling, start exhaling from your chest, from your upper lungs, your middle lungs, your lower lungs, your upper belly, your middle belly, your lower belly. Exhaling as if you can squeeze yourself out. Inhaling deep down into your pelvis floor, into your hips, into your lower belly, your kidneys, the side of your ribs filling up, feeling how your chest pressing into the floor while you're filling up your lungs until your clavicular, holding your breath in fullness, abundance, whole inflating, staying full. Stay full in your belly. Start exhaling from deep down, from up in, from your clavicular, from your chest, lower lungs, upper belly, middle belly, and deep down into your lower belly. Keep on moving 2 more times, really giving yourself this experience of expansion, fullness, filling up even more. And when you stay full in your belly, you're activating deep down your really strong source of energy. My teacher used to say, if people would let go their whole energy and really living from their really deep energy, we wouldn't need any electricity to light up this world. We have so much stored energy. We don't want to live. We are holding back, created by this whole mindset, how we should be, how it has to be, how we should behave, how we have to behave. We are afraid of living our energy really available. So taking your last round, when you are ready, resting your arms back on your side, giving yourself a moment. How do you feel? How do you sense yourself? Bringing your arms over your head, giving yourself a sweet little stretching. So one heel is pushing forward, grabbing your wrists, the opposite side. Bending your knees towards your chest, stay down with your hips, holding your knees, bring your chin towards your sternum, resting your shoulders, pressing your lower back into the floor. Arms on your side, lengthening your legs towards the ceiling, point with your toes. Exhaling, flexing your feet. Inhaling, pointing your toes. Exhaling, flexing your feet. Inhaling, pointing. Exhaling, flexing. Stay with your feet flexed, opening your legs towards the side, interlacing your fingers, point with your index finger. With your exhaling, lifting yourself up and point with your fingers between your legs, pressing your lower belly into the floor. Inhaling, arms over your head. Exhaling, reaching between your legs. Inhaling, deepening your breath. Exhaling, deep down in your belly. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathe. Opening your arms. Reach with your fingers towards your toes. Breathe. Breathe. Bring your hands under your leg, on the side of your legs, closing your legs, resting your head, bending your knees towards your chest, lifting your head, squeeze your body, planting your feet hip width apart next to your hips, onto the floor, arms on your side, bridge, inhaling, lifting your hips, arms over your head, pressing your feet into the floor. Breathe. Lifting a tiny bit higher with your inhaling, exhaling, gently rolling back onto the floor. Your arms stay where they are, rolling back onto the floor, lengthening your legs, closing your legs, letting your legs walking towards your left side, like we do in yin pose, a banana, grabbing with your left hand your right wrist and pulling with your hand. So you wanna lengthening your right side while you're bending via banana towards your left side, gazing towards your right side. Inhaling, letting your legs walking back into your neutral. Right hand grabbing left wrist, walking your legs towards your right side, and then with your right hand helping you, stretching out both shoulders, wanna staying down, gazing towards your left side. Breathe, feeling this side bending in your spine. Inhaling, walking back into your neutral, bending your knees, hugging your knees towards your chest, squeeze your body. Bring your knees over your hips, opening your arms like a T towards your side, letting your knees floating towards your right side, gaze over your left arm. So you can stay here, or if you would like, with your left hand, you're finding your left ankle. So you're reaching with your left ankle, reaching towards your left hand, grabbing your ankle, and then you're releasing your knee. Breathe. When you have your ankle, shooting your ankle a tiny bit further away, giving yourself even a bit more of a back bending, and you're opening your hip. Your right knee stays onto the floor, your left knee onto the floor. Breathe. Inhaling, releasing, opening your left arm, planting your feet onto the floor, lifting your knees over your hips, and you want to do the other side. So you choose. You can bring your knees towards your left side. Stay with both knees on your left side, staying here. Taking 2 deep breaths so your chest can release, can open. And then if you like, you stay with your left knee, you're reaching with your right foot, reaching back, your right hand grabbing your ankle, flexing your foot, feeling this stretch in your hip, in your thigh, and you start with a sweet little back bending here. Taking 2 breaths, and then when you feel ready, you can shooting your shin bone far away, your heel away from your feet. Say, breathe. Both knees staying onto the floor. Inhaling, releasing, swinging your knees back in your center, hugging your knees towards your chest, rounding your spine. In bringing your hands under your knees, gently start rock and roll on your spine, taking it really slow, taking every little corner on your back, wanna be massaged. Exhaling, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling back down, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling. One more time, inhaling and balancing on your sit bones, rolling back your shoulders, holding your knees close to your belly. Bringing your hands under your knees, your thighs close towards your belly, lengthening your left leg, pointing with your balls of your feet and joining with your right, lifting yourself up, lengthening your spine, staying here or come in your Navasana in your full bow. Breathe, smiling in your heart, smiling in your belly. Breathe, hugging your knees towards your chest and making yourself very small, like a cosmic egg floating in space, balancing on your sit bones, finding your core, finding the strength. Inhaling, bringing your hands back under your knees, feet in line with your knees, opening your chest. And from here, you're lengthening your right and joining with your left. Stay, or you're liberating, pushing with your balls of your feet. Breathe, lifting yourself up. One more big inhaling, exhaling, cosmic egg, making yourself really nice and small, letting yourself floating in space, rooting down from your sit bones, planting your feet onto the, letting them opening towards the side, pushing with your hands, your feet close towards your seat, holding with your hands, both of your feet, releasing your knees. And while you're pressing your feet into your hands, you find length in your spine and start butterfly with your knees, leaning a tiny bit more back. Yes, this is it. Really, when you're pressing your feet into your hands, rolling back your shoulders. Liberating tension in lower belly, in your hips, allowing yourself, gaining more natural energy. This holding back, oh, this is not good, I shouldn't feel this, oh, I shouldn't behave like this. Letting yourself be as human as you are, and gently releasing the swinging of your knees, opening your soles of your feet. So with your hands, letting your feet opening like a book, and you're lengthening your spine. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you can folding forward a tiny bit. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, lifting your feet. So your right arm wanna come under from the inside, under your calf muscle and your left arm, finding your lotus flower, your toes touching, your knees opening. Breathe. First chakra, second chakra are very challenged in this time. First chakra, where you feel connected to Mother Earth, where you feel your roots, which is connected to home, to stability, to safety. Second chakra, related to playfulness, to freedom, to giving, to receiving, to money. We are very challenged in this time, so finding the strength, the openness, the connection, first, second chakra. Exhaling, releasing, closing your knees and swinging your knees under you, finding your tabletop, hands under your shoulders, knees, hip width apart, taking a couple of cat-cow breathing, inhaling, gazing forward, exhaling, Exhaling, rounding your spine. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, rounding, inhaling. One more time, exhaling. Inhaling, lifting your left knee. So you want to stay bent in your knee, opening your chest as if you want to bring the sole of your foot on the back of your skull, opening your left hip and bringing your left hip on your upper arm. Stay open in your hip and you're pushing with your foot over towards your right side. Gaze over your right shoulder. Exhaling, bringing your knee on your upper arm. Inhaling, pushing it open. Exhaling, you want to stay open in your hip, finding this range in your hip. Exhaling. Inhaling, bringing back your knee towards your upper arm, lengthening your left leg onto the side, planting your foot, making sure your foot is in line with your knee, so you do not come too much in front or stay in your back. It comes onto your side. Your right hand under your face, lifting your left arm towards the ceiling. Breathe. When you feel frustration, when you feel anger, we call this. Can you just feel it as energy rising in your spine? The moment we put a name on it, we limit it as our mind tells you, this is not right. Exhaling, needle this left arm under your right, bringing your left elbow onto the floor, walking your right arm forward, and maybe you stay here, or you can let your left arm sliding through and you bring your left shoulder towards the floor, a sweet twisting and opening in your arms. Surrender in your being. Depths in your breath. And gently and slowly bringing a bit more weight on your right hand. Bring your left elbow under your shoulder, your right hand under your shoulder, pressing yourself up. Come into your kneeling, don't know how you call this, just coming up on your knee. Releasing your left arm along your left leg, lifting your right arm. Exhaling, reaching with your left fingers towards your ankle, nice side bending. Every inhaling, giving you length, every exhaling, softening, inhaling, coming back with your arms, left hand on your left hip, turning your torso, facing your left leg, reach with your right arm towards your left ankle, gazing over your left shoulder, gentle twisting here. Stay, maybe your left arm want to reach towards the ceiling. Breathe. Stay where you are. Breathe. Can we try to find you're planting your foot really onto the floor, that your foot is not sliding away? Yes. And then you can help yourself even twist a tiny bit. Yeah, look at this. Breathe, pressing your foot into the floor. Find this. Is it beautiful? Breathe. One more inhaling. Exhaling. Release both hands on your hips. Releasing your right hand under your shoulder, making sure your hand, your fingers pointing towards far away from you, planting this right hand, lifting your left leg, reaching with your left arm over your head. Breathe. You can stay here, or maybe you want to folding your left knee, finding with your hand, your ankle, shooting away your shin bone. Breathe. Inhaling, releasing, lengthening. Exhaling, rounding, and you want to treat your right side. So with your inhaling, lifting your right knee, stay bent in your knee, as if you want to put your sole of your foot on the back of your skull, opening your chest, Lillian, gazing forward, pulling your hands towards your heart, softening in your elbows, softening these elbows, breathe. And then you want to opening your hip towards the side, bringing this knee on your upper arm, and you stay open with your hip in one plane. You're pushing this foot over, inhaling, bringing your foot back, and opening up, bringing your knee back, opening up, liberating your energy, connecting with your source, exhaling, pushing it over, inhaling on your elbow, on your upper arm, lengthening your right foot, planting it onto the floor, left hand in front of your face, lifting your right arm towards the ceiling, stacking your shoulders. Inhaling, finding length. Exhaling, needle your right arm under your left, planting your left elbow under your shoulder. Your right elbow under your shoulder, walking your left arm forward. You can stay here. Maybe you have a bit of space. You can let your arm sliding through. Do not lose your foot pressing into the floor. Breathe. And Julia, you can put your elbow. This gives you a tiny bit more. When you put your elbow, you can walk this arm forward. Breathe. This is it. Feeling, sensing. Breath. Connect with gravity. The more you're giving in, the more you receive this openness of your muscles. The more you're giving in, the more you receive this liberating of your holding back. Nourishing yourself. When we talk about letting go this holding back, we think we are becoming a monster, we are becoming wild, uncontrolled, egoistic. This doesn't mean. This is mind creating ideas why we should hold back. Inhaling slowly, bringing your hand back, elbow under your shoulder, hand under your shoulder, pressing yourself up, hands on your hips. Making sure your foot is in the same height as your knee, flexing that you can. Traditionally, very often we do it like this. but then your foot has the tendency sliding away. So it's a tiny bit easier when you bring it square to your mat, releasing your right hand, lifting your left arm, finding length first, and then gently you're letting yourself walking along. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral. Chloe, maybe you want to come a tiny bit further. You're bending to the different sides, so you're really very close. From here, you want to turning towards you want to turn over towards your right side. I've got muddled up. Bring your left hand towards your right ankle and gazing over your shoulder. Breathe. Maybe you stay with your arm, or you're lifting your arm towards the ceiling, or you're finding a bind if you would like. Any variation you feel helping you opening up. Feel free to take breath. Inhaling, coming back with your hands onto your hips, coming back into your neutral position, releasing your hand under your shoulder, so where your knee is bent, you're releasing your left hand under your shoulder, lifting your right leg, reaching with your right arm over your head. You can stay here, or you're bending your knee, grabbing with your hand your ankle, pushing your shin bone, and finding your maximum of stretching. Inhaling, releasing. Exhaling, hand on your hip, closing your knees, coming onto your knees, arms on your sides, sweep your arm over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, belly meets your thighs, planting your hands in your cat. Exhaling, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog. Breathe, paddling your feet. Walking this feet, feeling your hips, lengthening your arms, letting your neck grow long. Stepping your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling, stay square in your hips. And then you want to opening your hip, bending your knee pointing towards the ceiling, gaze under your left armpit. You want to see your right foot. Stay here. Or people used to the practice, you can flipping your dog, planting your right foot on the outside of your left, reaching with your right arm over your head. Breathe. Breathe. Inhaling, planting your hand back onto the floor, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, exhaling, bending your knee and bringing your right knee on the outside of your right elbow, coming into your right leg. Inhaling, lifting your right leg, exhaling, 2 more times, right knee, right elbow. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, lifting up, and 3 times.
right knee between your hands, gazing forward. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling. You can do this with your knee down. If this is too much, lengthening your leg. Irma, you can work like this if you want. Exhaling. When it's too much, take it easy. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bringing your right knee on the outside of your left elbow. Inhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, stepping back. Find your downward facing dog, bending your knees and flow into your child pose. Bringing your fingers, meeting your toes, resting your shoulders, resting your forehead. Gathering this energy in your belly. Tucking your tailbone and rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, your shoulders rolling back and down, arms on your side. Sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, your belly meets your thighs, staying here for one breath. Planting your hands in your cat, curling your toes, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog, paddling your feet. Breathe. Softening this pushing, softening your pulling, breathing, nourishing yourself, stepping your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Stay square with your hip, and then you're opening your hip, bending your knee, and stay. Gaze the opposite armpit. Staying, or you can flipping your dog, planting your foot onto the floor. Breathe. One more deep, deep, deep inhaling. Exhaling, planting your hand back onto the floor, lifting your leg in your three-legged down dog. And you want to work, you're bringing your knee on the outside of your elbow. When you breathe, you have much more energy. When you're holding your breath, it gets like really heavy weight. Inhaling deeper, I can't hear this room. Exhaling 3 times in your center. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, and 3 times, crossing over, bringing your left knee on your right elbow. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, inhaling, lifting, exhaling. Inhaling, lift, planting your foot back onto the floor. Come into your high plank, releasing your knees, your toes, chin, chest, meeting the floor. Inhaling in your cobra, exhaling in your downward facing dog, stepping your feet together and walking your feet forward between your hands. Inhaling, coming halfway. Lengthening legs, lengthening spine, folding forward with your exhaling. Inhaling, remember, feet, heart, arms, hands in front of your chest. Closing your eyes. Breath. Breath, releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling, folding forward, expansion, folding, bending your knees, stepping your right foot back, long runner's lunge, releasing your knee, your toes, pressing your left foot into the floor, releasing forward, hips square, breathe. Nice hamstring stretch. Breathe. Julia, you can use your blocks when you like. Breathe. Inhaling, bending your front knee, gazing forward, releasing your arms in your crescent moon lunge. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, bringing your arms back, gaze towards your belly button, arms reaching behind. Inhaling, lifting yourself up. Exhaling, chin meeting your sternum, arms reaching behind. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhaling one more time. And you're bringing your hands behind. Stay. Breathe. Maybe you want to bending your right knee and grabbing with your hands your ankle, lifting your heart, lifting your chest. Breathe. Inhaling, exhaling, planting your hands back onto the floor, curling your toes, finding your high plank, releasing your knees, your toes, chin chest, meeting the floor, or you take your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, exhaling in your downward facing dog. Breathe. Stay in your down dog. Nourish yourself with your breath. How can you receive your energy? How can you give in your pose, your asana, your being? Surrender. Breathe, bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, stepping, walking your feet together, inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward with your exhaling, inhaling in your standing, exhaling, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Breath. Are you working hard? Can you softening in? When we say softening in, does this mean giving up or meeting yourself deeper? Releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head, hugging this universe, exhaling, folding forward, bowing forward, stepping your left foot back, releasing your knee, releasing your toes, lengthening your right leg. So you're pressing your right foot into the floor. You can using your mats or you're walking with your hands just a tiny bit closer towards your knee. Breathe, planting your foot onto the floor. It is another stretch when you put your foot or your heel. Choose. If you want to put your heel, you want to flexing your foot. If you want to put your foot, you're stretching just differently, different areas in your muscles. Inhaling, bending your front knee, gazing forward, and from here you want to lifting your arms, palms of your hands facing forward. With your exhaling, they release, chin meeting your sternum, inhaling like wings, soft, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more time, inhaling, exhaling, stay, or you wanna bending your left knee, try to grabbing with your hand, your ankle, pushing your heel far away, breathe, breathe, inhaling, Exhaling, planting your hands, stepping back in your downward facing dog, pedaling your feet. Choose, do you need some integration? Finding your child pose. Do you want to stay here balancing your energy? Stay in down dog. When you have still energy, come in your vinyasa, inhaling chaturanga, dandasana, upward facing dog, exhaling in your downward facing dog. Stay, breathe, breathe. One more deep inhaling. Exhaling, bending your knees, gaze between your hands, walking, hopping, stepping forward. Inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward with your exhaling. Inhaling, standing, bring your prayer in front of your chest. Stepping your feet together, releasing your arms. Utkatasana, inhaling, lifting your prayer, releasing your shoulders. Pinky finger, want to meet your center. And from here, you stay bending your knees, lifting your left heel, pressing your balls of your feet into the floor. Exhaling, releasing left, lifting your right heel. Breathe, bringing more awareness in your core. Exhaling down. You repeat one side, the other side, or maybe you want to try lifting both of your heels, balancing on your balls of your feet. Exhaling, folding forward. Uttanasana, surrender. Inhaling, gazing forward between your arms, bending your knees. You can jumping back, taking a full vinyasa, or you meet in downward facing dog, whatever feels right for you. So if you like, you take a vinyasa, inhaling, rolling over your toes, downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling, bending your knee, opening your hips, bringing your right knee behind your wrist in your pigeon pose. So you want to walk your feet back, bringing your hands next to your hips, lifting your heart, making sure you do not allow your hip to folding. So you do not want to allow sitting here squared like this. Either you have enough awareness, being aware where your hip is. When you are a bit not knowing, bringing a block or a blanket under your hip. Please don't let this hip floating towards the side and you're folding forward like this. This hurts your lower back. And I'm talking serious. You want to stay long in your spine, lifting yourself up, opening your heart, exhaling. Maybe you can come down onto your elbows. Maybe you can folding forward, bringing your forehead towards the floor. Any pose, it's completely fine. Breathe. Liberating first chakra, energizing this sensation of being home, safe, secure, roots growing. Second chakra, softening 2-3 centimeters below your belly button. Raise your playfulness, your creativity, your resources of sustaining yourself. Very often related to finances, to resources. Financially, in these days, we are super challenged in our two first chakras, planting your hands under your shoulders, lifting yourself up, staying here, lifting yourself a tiny bit out of your hips, releasing down. Lengthening your lower leg and coming in the sit like this. You do not want to sit here really super tight, hurting yourself. For some people, this is a bit tight here, then you can come like this. Chloe, I think you're not too tight. You can stay. Planting your seat onto the floor, lifting yourself up. Breathe. You stay here, or your right arm hugging your left knee. Your left arm reaches around, gazing over your shoulder. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, taking a counter twist, gaze towards the other side. Inhaling back into your neutral with your right hand grabbing your left ankle, and you want to stacking both knees one on top of each other. Again, for people with a bit tighter hips, you always can take a block or a blanket. You're sitting a bit squeezed, so you want to maybe use a block or a blanket to help yourself. Come on a height, David. Please use your block behind you, sitting on the block. So both knees want to come one on top of each other, both feet pressing down, lengthening your spine. Your first chakra between your legs, you're really arms, you stay here, or your arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, exhaling, arms on your side, right arm crosses, left arm on top, wriggling your arms around, lifting your elbows. People with tight shoulders, please bring your hands on your shoulders. You stay here, lifting your elbows a tiny bit higher, David, and releasing your shoulders. Breathe. You can stay here, or you want to hugging your knees with your elbows folding forward, releasing forward. A deep pose of surrender. Giving in, receiving your opening, you're receiving your softening. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, releasing your hands, bringing your hands on your shoulders. Imagine there is a wall and you want to pressing this wall towards the side, really pressing this wall, releasing your arms, taking all away. You're sitting onto your seat and wriggling your knees, hugging your knees towards your chest, grabbing your toes and stretching out your legs. When your toes are a bit far away, please grabbing your ankles, grabbing your calf muscles, or you bring your hands under your knees and pulling your thighs closer towards your belly. Breathe. Releasing your toes, bending your knees, left ankle in front of your right, pulling with your hands, your heels towards your seat, rolling over. Your knees, planting your hands. And from here, maybe you want to shooting back. So you want to lifting, curling one toe, shooting back, taking a vinyasa, inhaling. Exhaling in your downward, facing dog, breathe, stay in your down dog, spreading your fingers, liberating your breath. So maybe you want to take a few inhaling with your nose, exhaling with deep. Oh, come on, I want to hear you. I can't hear people in cyberspace. I can't hear you here. One more, come on, inhaling, letting go. Ah, beautiful. Your last one, inhaling, and stepping your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling, left side pigeon, bending your knee towards your chest, opening your hip. You want to bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Walking your right toes back, lifting yourself up first. Breathe, staying square in your hips. Breath. And then from here, maybe you can come forward onto your elbows, making sure your hips are not square, falling, working consciously. Maybe you can folding forward completely, releasing weight, connecting to Mother Earth, softening in your belly, breathing into your hips, breathing into your first chakra, nourishing yourself. Safety, stability, you're finding in yourself. Specifically in times we are shaken outside, uncertainty, we feel overwhelmed, we feel over-challenged. Giving in. One more deep inhaling. With your exhaling, planting your hands under your shoulders, press yourself up, bringing your hands a bit closer towards your hips that you can lifting yourself up and releasing down. Staying here, or you're walking with your hands on the edges of your mat and finding a bit of a back bending. Breathe, pulling with your hands, walking your hands a bit more. Florina, grabbing your mat, and then you're helping yourself to opening up. Inhaling, release. Now you want to take your block or your blanket away under your hip, sitting on your left side, swinging your right leg over your left knee. Maybe this side is a bit tighter and you need to allow yourself to lengthening your leg. Please making sure you're not sitting here half squeezed. Both seat bones wanna coming down, helping with your hand, lengthening your spine. Stay first, twisting, left arm, hugging your right knee, your right arm reaches around, finding your twist. Inhaling, coming back in your neutral. Exhaling, counter twisting. Inhaling back into your neutral. Maybe you need your block sitting on your blanket or on your block while your right knee stacks on your left. Helping with your hands, resting your hands on your soles of your feet for a moment. Breathe. When this is too intense, you can let on your side, left arm crosses, right arm on top, wriggling your arms around. One more deep inhaling and coming back with your exhaling, opening your arms, bringing your hands on your shoulders. Imagine you're pushing a wall away. Breathe, releasing your arms, leaning back a tiny bit and wriggling your legs. One more time. You want to grabbing your toes, ankles, calf muscles, or you're holding your thighs close towards your belly, length, rolling back your shoulders. Breathe, rolling back your shoulders. Floating up, rolling back your shoulders. Inhaling, releasing your hands, lifting your arms. Exhaling, slowly lowering down your legs, lifting yourself up, folding forward in your Paschimottanasana. Breathe. Inhaling, lifting yourself up. Exhaling, coming back into your sitting, bending your right knee, opening your right hip, Shanu, Shirshasana, your foot on your inside, making sure your hips are square. You do not want to sit in between your legs and squeezing yourself forward. So your hips are square. Maybe you want to pull with your hand, your left hip a tiny bit back, arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, shoulders square. Maybe your hands just reaching the floor. It doesn't matter. Breathe and through you, allowing yourself first, lengthening your spine. Maybe you can't come that far forward. Doesn't matter. Stay on your fingertips. Long spine, more important. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back into your sitting, bending your left knee, hugging your left knee towards your chest, grabbing with your hands, your foot. Maybe you can stretching out this leg, or you're holding it with your hands as we've been doing it. Breathe. Let's do a tiny bit of a playfulness in an arm balance. So your left knee comes under your left armpit. You're reaching your left arm under your left leg, and you want to lengthening this left leg. Breathe, gazing over yourself. Giving yourself a moment of a stretching. Breathe, and then you're bending your knee, bringing your knee on over your shoulder. I'm not sure if I can demo. So from here, you're planting your left hand onto the floor. You're planting your right hand onto the floor. You bring your right foot on top of your left. And from here, come on, you don't look. you try, you're lifting yourself up, lifting your seat, and then you're reaching with your leg towards your left side and leaning forward. Breathe, breathe, exhaling, releasing, coming back onto your seat, lengthening both of your legs, just a bit of a playfulness, pushing with your hands your flesh towards the side, arms Paschimottanasana, inhaling, folding forward, releasing forward, playfulness, trying new things, gaining alignment. Arm balances is more about daring, finding alignment. What our mind is, oh no, I can't, it's too much, I don't want because it's too much, I don't want to feel challenged. Like standing on your surfboard, every wave is different. Surrender in this, or you're walking on an unknown path. Surrender, taking it step by step, allowing yourself to learn, inhaling, coming back in your sitting, bending your right knee, your left knee, opening your left hip, Shanu, Shirshasana, breathe. Are you bored? Inhaling, arms over your head, folding forward. Florina, making sure your hips, yes. It doesn't matter when you have long spine. This is it. And then from here, maybe you can it hurt this part of my leg. So just take it as far as it gets. Breath. Inhaling, bending your knee, and now you want to try bringing your knee on top of your shoulder. First step, finding freedom in your spine. Right hand, pressing down. Next step, you can stay here working, or you're planting your left hand, bringing your left foot on top of your ankle, and then from here you first want to pressing your hands into the first, lifting yourself up. This is it. And while you're reaching with your feet towards the side, you're leaning forward. I can't do it on this side, but try to reach forward from your chest. Breathe, Lillian, breathe. You're holding your breath. When you allow yourself breathing, this is Chloe, lifting yourself up. Yeah, it is, doesn't matter. It's more the movement that we find. And from here, you're releasing, letting your legs lengthening, pushing with your hands, your flesh towards the side, opening your arms in, slowly, slowly. You want to come down onto the floor. The way we started. Arms reaching over your head, bending your knees towards your chest, hugging your knees, squeeze your body. Bringing your knees over your hips like a bug, staying on his back, your elbows bending over your shoulders, really like laying down like a bug on his back, and start shaking with your hands, shaking your legs, shaking your arms and your shoulders, liberating what you've been holding on. Exhaling, gently release and letting yourself from here flowing into your Shavasana. Your legs separating, your arms heavy. Taking a big, 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 big inhaling. With your exhaling a sigh. One more inhaling with your nose, with your exhaling your sigh, and you're resting. Surrender. Giving, receiving, a universal law, finding your balance. Gravity, Mother Earth holding you. Father Sky giving you space, openness. Finding this sweetness in your muscles, this heaviness in your bones, wetting your lips with your tongue, swallow. Softening your eyes. Trusting your own being. You are held. You are supported. Mother Earth nourishing us, supporting us. Even we are shaken by society, by circumstance. Feeling uncertain, feeling anxious. This whole deep unconscious sensations we are holding back of humankind is bubbling up, learning how to relate with all what we are as humans, as this world of living beings. And there is a sweet, nice little story, and it's called The Kiss of Sunlight. This morning, the sunlight kisses the mist over the mountains, and the mist dissolves, saying, yes, yes. The little creek flowing from the pond spills into the river, losing itself, and you can hear its sigh of love. The river will lose itself into a larger river and this into the ocean, only to be caught up by the sun's rays. Once, a small river was traveling across a great distance to the sea. On its journey, it came to the edge of the desert and found it could not flow through the heat and sand. From above, the sun spoke to it, saying, dissolve into me, and I will carry you out across the desert. The stream, of course, was frightened. To the stream, this seemed like dying. It seemed like craziness and foolhardiness in the extreme.
But something in the sun's whisper touched the river's heart. Something about the sun's beauty seduced it, called to its true essence, and it gave itself up into the sun's brilliance. Drawn into the sky, the moisture traveled across the desert as cloud and, on the other side, fell as life-giving rain back down to the earth to become a stream again. The natural law, the universal law of giving and receiving, of surrender. Sometimes we need to take actions we feel they are full. You know your path. And gently and slowly reconnecting with your breath. Connecting with your sensations. Letting your breaths growing fuller and stronger. And feeling these movements in your toes and your hands, fingers. Letting you start playing with your toes, with your fingers. Maybe your arms want to reach over your head, or other movements want to start to play. Maybe you feel ready, folding in your knees towards your chest and flow to your right side. With your left hand in front of your chest, strengthen slowly, pressing yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Can be kneeling, can be cross-legged, placing your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest with your eyes closed. Let's finish and seal this practice with one very nice, deep, long sounding Om, starting with a big, big, big inhaling. Thank you for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Namaste. Cyberspace, real round. Thank you very much for joining.